Hello everyone, welcome to our Bible story time. Today we will learn about King David in the book of 2 Samuel. David was not perfect, but he loved God and wanted to follow him. Along the way, he experienced joy, mistakes, challenges, and love. His life reminds us that God looks at our hearts more than our success. After King Saul died, David's journey to the throne continued. It did not happen all at once. God guided him step by step through many difficult situations. David had learned to trust God while caring for sheep and facing danger. Now a new chapter was beginning, and God was preparing him to lead his people. David heard the sad news that Saul and Jonathan had died. Even though Saul had often treated him badly, David did not celebrate. Instead, he cried and remembered the good things about them. This teaches us to respect others and show kindness. A loving heart does not enjoy another person's pain or trouble. David had to wait a long time before becoming king. During those years, he trusted God instead of forcing things to happen. Waiting can feel difficult because we want answers right away. But God often uses waiting to help us grow stronger, wiser, and more patient. We can trust His timing even when it seems slow. When David finally became king over all Israel, there was great joy. He celebrated God's goodness with music, singing, and dancing. David wanted everyone to remember that God had helped them. Celebrating is not only about having fun. It is also a way to thank God and remember the many blessings He gives us. David wanted to build a special house for God, but God had a different plan. God reminded David that He had always been with him and promised to bless his family in the future. This shows us that God keeps His promises. Even when our plans change, God's plans are always good and trustworthy. One day, David noticed that Jonathan's son, Mephibosheth, needed help. Instead of ignoring him, David showed kindness and welcomed him. David remembered his friendship with Jonathan and chose to care for his family. We can learn from this example by looking for people who feel lonely, forgotten, or in need of encouragement. Even good leaders sometimes make mistakes. David made wrong choices that hurt others and dishonored God. But when he understood his sin, he admitted it and asked for forgiveness. God forgave him, although there were still consequences. When we do something wrong, we should be honest, say sorry, and turn back to God. David loved his children deeply. When his son Absalom rebelled and later died, David was heartbroken. Even though Absalom had caused many problems, David still loved him as a father. This reminds us how strong true love can be. God's love for us is even greater and remains faithful every day. Throughout his life, David often thanked God. Whether he was winning battles, facing trouble, or enjoying peaceful days, he praised the Lord. David knew that every good thing came from God. We can follow his example by noticing our blessings and thanking God for His help, care, and guidance each day. David's life shows two different ways to live. One way follows selfish desires and brings trouble. The other way follows God's wisdom and brings peace. God wants us to forgive, be patient, share with others, and choose what is right. These choices help us grow into people who reflect God's love. The story of David teaches us that God values a humble and faithful heart. David succeeded at times and failed at times, yet he kept returning to God. We can trust God, show kindness, seek forgiveness, and thank Him every day. Thank you for watching. God bless you. See you next time. Goodbye.